Hey, good afternoon. Once again, it's been a while since I've got to do a video. If I'm not mistaken, lots happened since this last video I made. My mom passed away in April. Real Power Ministries went up to Wisconsin. What was it? Late April or May? I lose track. But today, this video could be lengthy, and usually people probably turn it off before I get to the meat of the subject. But I want to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to get political. But I'm going to get political and try to look at it from a Christian perspective, okay? Jesus Christ is Lord, okay? So that's the first thing to say. Now, I got several things written down here that I could go off of, so I'm gonna try to do this. First of all, of course, we know Donald Trump. I'm going to try to be as objective as I can, but I still want to, again, give a Christian perspective. Now, let's be honest. Donald Trump, nor any other man, is going to fix the problems of this country. That's all there is to it. However, they can contribute to good or contribute to the bad. What's going on with him, I'm sure everybody knows, is about the whole him getting convicted. First of all, I wasn't at the trial. I don't have inside privy information to any of it. What I do know is people are biased. People are going to lean to whatever way they believe. And there's many accusations this happened. Whether he was truly guilty or whether he was not, I think it's a terrible thing for our country for an ex-president to have to face this. Because, first of all, I'm not quite sure what the charges were. Something to falsifying records, which the man had billions of dollars. Why would he have to falsify $130,000? That's pocket change. Why would he take the chance on being caught doing something illegal like that? And my next thing is the whole 130. We don't know whether he committed this adultery or had this affair with Stormy Daniels or not. Now, I don't know. If he did, he was stupid. And that was wrong. Now, the funny thing is, she had a whole lot to gain out of this. She's going to make a ton of money. I mean, her reputation wouldn't be the best. Apparently, she lives in a haunted house. There could be demonic activity going there. And she even went to the point of describing parts of Donald Trump. How sick. How sick. I mean, I'm trying to keep this clean. I mean, how many minutes you've been with, and I don't know if it's all true, but is she after the money? It looks like people are all after the money and all after the fame and all after with hate driven. And again, if he did this, what a stupid man he was. Why? So again, I don't understand it all, but it's going to have a lot of repercussions. So anyway, why would a person who's a Christian want to vote for such a man? Well, first of all, I mean, I don't really like either party. But his stance on things lined up more with the Christians believe. Now, a lot of Christians, I got to say this, a lot of Christians, if Donald Trump would have ran as a Democrat, they'd have picked all his marriages apart and they'd have pointed fingers and they wouldn't have liked it. Let's be honest. Christians would have done that. Now, the other thing is there are many what they call Trump prophecies out there. The whole bandwagon on all these things is going to happen with the country with Donald Trump. You know, I don't follow all that stuff. I did for a while, and I'm thinking, no. So, we need to be honest with ourselves. Now, sort of lost my train of thought doing this thing live, and I got a few notes. But okay, maybe I can get back to remembering what I wanted. But anyway, let's take some of the agendas. Global warming. We have one side that believes that global warming is caused from people, from all the various things, cows passing gas. Okay, and they want everybody to go electric. And in doing so, the things that have happened through that has driven up the price of gas, which has driven up the price of food, in the name of that will force people to find another way. So, they want to penalize me because they can't come up with a better way. Don't hurt them any. Why don't, trees pull carbon dioxide out of the air? Why can't they come up with another way of doing that? Which I have read they have, but you don't hear anything about it. I have no problem with going electric as long as I don't have to fill up every hour or so. I mean, I don't trust the agenda. Is there global warming? I can't say it exists or doesn't exist, but are we causing it? I don't know. And is there better ways to research it? I think there is. I don't like dirtying up the planet. But you have one side that wants to just drive you into poverty because they're telling you that the world is falling apart and we're all going to die. And the other side saying that's a bunch of hogwash. I don't know there's a bunch of hogwash, but I don't think that I don't think God's going to let us all die. But there are things we could probably do, and that's the things we need to research into doing. So, I have to lean conservative on that. Now, abortion. Killing a baby is wrong. And this one may make some people mad at me. If you vote for a man that supports killing a baby, you might as well have killed the baby with your own hands and stand before God's judgment for it. It's that simple. Now, if you are one that's had an abortion, you can still repent and God loves you. But supporting murder, you can name it, you can color it any way you want, but it is murder. To rip a child apart and throw it in the trash. You talk women's rights all you want. That's just a lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell. Now, this month, June, Pride Month. God does love everyone, but he does not love the sin. Lucifer fell due to pride. Why call it pride? Why take God's promised rainbow and try to copy it and use it as a symbol? Why be proud of being sick with sin? Many people say, well, I was born that way. Then get born again. Now, if one was born with the tendencies to murder, should we just march down the street? I'm proud to be a murderer. If you are born and you have tendency to be a thief, should you march down the streets and say, I'm proud to be a thief? Or if someone beats their wife, oh, proud to beat my wife. Everyone on this earth has issues that they deal with in their life and have weaknesses. Otherwise, Jesus wouldn't have had to give his life on the cross. We all can turn to Jesus and turn away from these weaknesses. Don't just accept them and just go marching down the street and say, hey, I'm just going to accept it. Hey, that's wrong. Now, you know which side supports that? So far, abortion, global warming, and the alphabet, all community, all leans to the left. Now, why do I care? I don't particularly want God's judgment on our country because the sin is so rampant. People just snub God and say, or else they say he don't exist. And, hey, I'm going to live like I want. They did that in Sodom and Gomorrah, and look what happened. Now, to get to the prophetic or apocalyptic of that. Now, I believe our country has put out a lot of money for missionaries. It's really helped spread the gospel throughout the world. But if we keep turning our back on God, we may face judgment. Many people may say, oh, I don't believe God exists. Well, if it wasn't for Christianity, I don't know whether this country would ever been founded the way it was. Now, this is where, of course, the apocalyptic part of it. There's going to come a time where Israel, right now, Israel is being defended pretty good. But there's going to come a time when, does God need the United States of America to protect him? No. But God does use people. What's going to happen to that country if God continues to use people and the United States just fades away? What's going to happen? Now, another thing is, the other day, who was it? I wish I'd have wrote it down. The World Justice Court or whatever wanted Israel to stop attacking Rafah. Where were they when Russia was invading Ukraine? Why didn't they say, Russia, stop it? Why don't they say, Iran? Why do we continue to allow Iran to be terrorist throughout this world? Why? But yet Israel tries to defend them. Wouldn't you not like it if somebody was continually bombarding your house, or you had a rat infestation? Oh, you just kill one or two and then just let the rest live. They're tired of it. They want it to stop. And the only way they're going to stop it is annihilate the cause. Now, those people are doing it. They can stop it. They can try to live peaceably, but they won't. Now, back to on the political side of it, we have a Supreme Court. Now, even though a Supreme Court, they're supposed to be not biased, they are biased. They are. They lean to whatever party they're affiliated with. And one thing, in my opinion, that has kept some of the things from our country falling down is it is a right-leaning, somewhat, court. If you put in a leftist president, the Supreme Court's going to go to the left, bringing judgment upon our country, bringing godlessness to our country. You may think you want godlessness. You may think God gets in the way of all your freedom. Take God out, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to suffer. It's not going to be a paradise. Well, you may have a party time for a while. Next thing is, will the United States be here during the end times? Maybe we are part of the reason. Maybe we fall. And falling lets the rise of the terrorist nations. I don't know. But our national debt, $35 trillion. How in the world can we keep going with that kind of debt? Will it catch up to us? It's another thing on the, when it comes to the political side. All right. Yeah. Illegal aliens. Oh, people think it's a terrible thing that we want to vent. We want to check out see who's coming over here. We should just let everybody cross the border. Would you let everybody into your house and not know who they are? Seriously. You just let anybody just walk in the door of your house and take a boat without knowing who they are. Not knowing if they got diseases. Not knowing if they're thieves. Not knowing who they are. I think I read once that it costs more to come over illegally than it does legally. And they do horrible things to the people with rape and sexual violence to the women. Of course, we don't do nothing about that. We let the cartel just run wild. But now back to the Bible prophecy part, USA is not the focal point. Many people, prophets and everything else, they pick on, they always, United States, United States, United States, United States. We aren't the focal point. Israel is. However, if we fall, the world may fall too. Now, I wanted to bring something else up. I'm forgetting most of my stuff and hopping around here a little bit. One thing that, there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there, and some may be true, maybe all. I don't know. I may have said this before in a video. There was what's called a 1991 Muslim Brotherhood agenda. They raided a home and found this agenda laid out, how they're going to destroy America within. And one of it is through a lot of Islamic foundations. These Islamic foundations within the United States will bring a fall to our country and attack and do the right thing. If we keep letting more people over here, we may end up having, they may attack us from within. So that's the bad part about that. And most people don't even know anything about it. It's called the 1991 Muslim Brotherhood Agenda. Look it up. They are just sitting and waiting. And if you don't believe me, look what happened recently with the cities, with all the different protests going on about Israel. They're getting set up and they're ready. Now, I know what I wanted to bring up. Now, this man, I listened to. I listen to a lot of different things. This particular man used to be high up in the government. And this is his claim, not mine. He's not a prophet. I'm just stating some man that used to be I won't mention his name. He claims, now we can watch to see if this happens. He claims that on June 13th, President Biden will announce due to health reasons that he will not run. We'll find out. And that they'll have Newsom from California run in his place. And he also said that a couple weeks before Biden's out, they will put Kamala Harris in as president just for a couple weeks, just to say they had a woman president. Now, again, is this true? I don't know. We'll find out. But he also said that if Newsom gets in, it's not going to be good. But he also said if Donald Trump gets in, Antifa will burn the country down. Sounds like a no-win situation, doesn't it? Our only hope is humble yourself and pray. Seek the face of God. I'm going to get off this a little bit. I'm going a little bit lengthy. I'm going to ask for people out there, if there's anyone that's not saved, can you tell me one sin that would be worth eternal damnation? Just one. Hey, I'll go out and do this, and boy, it'll be worth burning up forever. Huh. Now the next thing is, what if a person was born, had money, had fame, never got sick, had everything they ever wanted all through their life, not one ache or pain, and lived to be 90 years old? Two days in hell. What do you think they'll be thinking? Was it worth it? Not trying to scare anybody. Not trying to scare anybody at all. Just trying to make people think. Many people think that that everybody's going to heaven because they believe God exists. Well, Satan knows God exists and he ain't going there. He's not going to make it. You're not going to go to heaven just because you acknowledge the existence of God. You have to be born again, and your nature has to change. You have to turn 180 degrees around. I know I brought out some things, and I got some things. I'm trying to do this live. I don't exactly have it quite the way I wanted to. I just wanted to bring some thoughts about political views from a Christian perspective. Why we believe what we believe. We believe that one particular side is the closer, or at least I do, to what we believe in and things that would keep our country from coming under judgment. Murder's wrong. Trying to inflict people on pain with raising prices because you want to shut off power supplies is wrong. Following a gay lifestyle is wrong. The Bible says so. Letting illegal people just come in your country without knowing what's going on, and then giving them money, our money, bankrupting us when we're already so far in debt, see no way out. USA is not the focal point. Israel is. And if this country falls, what will happen? Okay, Uh, I got some other things to cover, but I think I botched it up good enough. And next time I hope to get into a little bit more on the prophecy side. But again, I wanted to give some political perspective on it. Again, Donald Trump's not the answer. Joe Biden definitely not the answer. And again, most people believe what they watch on the television. We don't really know what the real truth is many times. And there is an agenda out there. But seek Jesus Christ and follow his agenda, follow his ways is the answer. So next time I'll try to get in a little bit more prophecy stuff. I just wanted to cover that because there's too much hatred out there. The left hates the right hates the left. Everybody wants to get stirred up and have a civil war, and I don't know if that'll help. I don't think civil war is necessarily the answer. However, that seems to be the way people might turn to. So I hope you have a good day, and if you don't know Jesus, seek after him. He's the only answer. Sin is not the answer. Jesus is the answer. Thank you.